want to show you something else about these reel stands that make it very versatile thing. What I'm going to be talking about with this little setup that I've got is something that rarely we ever think of. But the term I want to use is emergencies. Building an emergency fence. And what I'm talking about is if you have a tree fall from a storm, caused by a storm, on your fence. And I'm showing you something that'll take 10 minutes to do. It's going to be, if it's going to be in the 80s or 90s hot weather, you probably are not going to want to pull out a chainsaw. And in the summertime, we get some pretty bad storms that can knock trees over. I've got two scenarios here that I've set up and probably spent less than 10 minutes of doing this. So I'm going to show you. The first one is a single. I've just got this, let's say this tree back here falls in this area and it destroys your fence. Something that you can do right quick. You don't have to worry about getting the chainsaw to saw the tree or fix the fence if you do it when you're ready to do it. And a couple of things I've done, I just set a reel stand in the middle. Say that tree is laying right here over my fence. I'll set this up and I've got one strand of wire going over to the fence. If you have an electric fence going in this area, just take the gate handle to where the fence is not broke and hook the gate to your fence. Okay, this other one I set up and I've got two strands of wire, but I've only got one reel going this direction. It goes out and go to where your fence is good, and I've got two pieces of rubber wrapped around the post, and just go down through one, make the one coming off your reel your top, go down through it's a bungee cord, it's a rubber bungee cord, and I go down through it and it comes right back, and I've got a bungee cord right here with the gate handle on one of these little plastic ones tied to this thing, and this bungee cord holds it to mow. So you got two strands. Highly would recommend two strands if you got cattle with small calves. If you're running two strands because your fence is destroyed by this tree, I'm just showing you, I've got a bungee cord. You go to a post that's not tore up, whether it be steel post, plank fence, wood post, doesn't matter. If you got barbed wire or whatever kind of wire you got, just put a bungee cord above it, and this one's coming off the reel, and it goes right, you just stick your gate handle down through here, put you another one down here under the wire where it's not damaged, and you just go right back. And you're going right back, and then you tighten it up. This fence here is just a single strand. If you're not worried about road front, you're just worried about getting your cattle away from this tree or where your fence is tore up. Just a single strand. And I've got a bungee cord wrapped around an old wood post and the gate handle in it. The other thing, if you've got electric fence through here that you can clear and make it hot, you don't need this. Just take it off of this and hook it to your electric fence above and away from this tree. The reason I'm talking today, showing you this little demonstration about this, what I call an emergency in case a tree or something falls on your fence. This particular tree is something we've had problems with on the farm for years. Everybody kind of does for the most part. This particular tree is called a wild cherry tree. And if you get a storm and even a small limb falls in your field, it's okay for the cattle to eat it as long as it's green. But when the sun gets out the next day and this leaves start to wilt, it becomes poison. And just a handful of these wild cherry leaves will kill cattle. And that's why I wanted to show it to you. And you might ask, why don't you just cut that tree down? This field is ours. That tree is not. Okay, so it's hard to cut a neighbor's tree down. There are other things that you can do. I'm showing this one. If the tree was here, this would be the top of the tree. You can go as far as you just go around whatever's there in your fields with this scenario, whether it be two wire or whether you just need a single wire. One other thing you can do, and I think the picture is on the website, is that you can set this gate, the reel stand, back of the fence, and hook a wire and just come around and hook it to wherever it's not hurt on the other end. It don't have to be in the middle. This thing's versatile. You can do a lot of things. Use your imagination on how this thing can be used on your farm. I remember years ago after a storm, the next morning we had to go walk our fences And we have had to get cattle out of a field in the morning just to get ready to cut up a tree that was dangerous, not much alone, cattle getting out. But if it's a wild cherry tree that we have here on our place, and other people do, that's a whole different thing. But just use your imagination of what you can do. One other thing I wanted to mention is use of electricity. Some places don't have electricity. This particular place, we do not have electric fence coming down through here. So I purchased a cheap, it's a small solar fencer that I can mount on this thing. I put S-hooks on it to mount it, and I can do that easily. It's very easy to do. And then you've got a hot wire and a ground. And all you do is hook the red one to your fence over here. And what I've got here, I'll show you. I've got a spiked nail. Because that I'm using for the ground. And all you do is just drive the thing in the ground a little bit and hook your ground to it and turn it on, and that fence is hot. It's temporary fencing at its best. When you go to wind these reels up, just go ahead and drop your brakes already down. It's ready to wind up. A lot of times I just use the reel stand. I don't have to pick this up and go winding it up. What I like to do is I'll lay my arm on the handle and have that in, because I can take it anywhere I want to go. And I can stand right here and just wind it up. I'm not walking around. And I can feed it across where it needs it. It's real easy to do, but I'm using my arm as a support to hold it from flopping around. It really works good to do this. And there it is. Lift it off, kick your brace, pull it up, and we're done.